Chileans watched with bated breath as the Senate voted to allow them to withdraw up to 10% of their pension savings. It's supposed to be an emergency measure to help those hard hit by the pandemic make ends meet. But for many, it means much more. Father CRISTIAN REYES, who helps out at a Santiago soup kitchen, says it's seen as the first significant blow to the country's most loathed institution, the private pension fund system.
It's like 30 pesos metro fare increase that unleashed October's social explosion. It was symbolic. It grouped together people's discontent, and that's what's happening again.
For President Sebastián Piñera, it's a stinging political blow, made worse because senators of his own conservative coalition helped approve it. Economists agree the initiative will further reduce Chileans' already meager pensions.
I think that at a time of a severe crisis, governments, and particularly governments that can borrow, like Chile's, ought to be paying the bill. And I think it is certainly not a very good idea that in the absence of government, people have to pay for the crisis with their own savings.
Yet the initiative has overwhelming popular support. Some accuse lawmakers of populism, but many others blame the president for people believing it's their only option. Food boxes and other government aid plans have arrived late, if at all, and have been insufficient.
Los parlamentarios de oposición.
Since March, opposition and even pro-government deputies have been proposing broader measures with less red tape and small print. Now it's too late. People no longer trust the government's promises.
Allowing people to dip into their savings will have a direct impact on capital markets and Chile's currency. But the alternative also has dangers.
Since the pandemic started, this area, which was known as Ground Zero during months of social demonstrations, has been fairly quiet. But as both supporters and critics of the bill recognize, there's a tremendous risk of a new explosion of both peaceful and violent demonstrations should the president decide to veto the bill or send it to the Constitutional Court, as he is indicating that he may.
Just before the vote, a small group of demonstrators defied the lockdown and came out to show their support for the bill. They were quickly arrested, but they didn't seem too upset, apparently convinced that the end is near for a private retirement system that millions of Chileans believe takes their money while giving them nothing but paupers' pensions in return. Lucia, Newman, Aljazeera, Santiago.